It is time now for Money, Power, Politics. Gun shows in schools. I know it sounds like an outlandish idea, but it is actually something that is happening all over the country. A new report in the Washington Post details how the charitable fundraising arm of the NRA, known as the Friends of the NRA, is raising money by auctioning off handguns and semi-automatic weapons in schools. The NRA is defending the move, telling the Washington Post this: only a small fraction of Friends of the NRA events take place at schools, and such activities are conducted with the input, support, and coordination of local officials. The investigative reporter behind this piece, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist from the Washington Post, Beth Reinard. She joins us now. Beth, this story is amazing. How did you find out about these gun raffles?
I actually got an email from a woman in Kentucky, a parent who had come across a flyer for Friends of NRA, and they were hosting a gun raffle at her kid's school. And this woman was particularly upset because there had been a mass shooting just 80 miles away last year at another high school in Western Kentucky. And so she wrote to me because she had seen that we had written some stories about the NRA, and she said, you know, what can you do about this? And I went from there.
So explain how all these raffles work.
So Friends of NRA is sort of the grassroots fundraising program of the NRA Foundation. That's the charitable arm of the NRA. And their events are held all over the country. They did about 1,100 events last year, they say. They're mostly organized by volunteers. They're held sometimes in schools, but also in civic clubs and community centers, even restaurants. And they're essentially gun raffles. They bring in all sorts of weapons, also knives and camping and hunting equipment. These events are geared toward families. There are kids there. And there are raffles and auctions of these weapons. The money goes to the NRA Foundation. It's used, half of it is used for national educational and safety firearms programs. The other half goes to youth groups, 4-H clubs, shooting clubs, archery clubs that apply for the grants.
Okay, the sales that take place at these gun shows, these raffles at schools, are they subject to background checks?
That's a very good question. I got a number of emails like that from readers yesterday. That's something I need to check on, actually.
And the argument for those who support the idea of having these events in schools, why do they think it's a good idea?
I mean, I don't think they see it as you know, anything nefarious, because their association with guns is a positive one. You know, a lot of people grow up with guns. They grow up hunting and doing shooting sports, and they raise their kids to do that. They give gifts guns as gifts. They see it as a community type event, a fundraiser for a good cause.
All right, then, Beth, thank you so much. Really interesting reporting. Gun raffles taking place in schools.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.